Check out part 1 of our interview with Musiq Souldchild. What's going on? This is Elliott Ashby, always keeping it classy.
And you know you're rocking with your favorite MC's favorite MC, Pinnacle the Hustler on the MIC.
And this is Night Vibe. We have Musiq Souldchild right here in front of us. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. What's up with y'all? How y'all doing?
Doing pretty good.
What's up?
Thanks for giving us a little bit of your time. We really appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, let's go ahead and get some things started. You know where you grow up, it can really shape how you are as a person and how you are as a musician. When you grew up in Philly, how did that shape you as a person and as a musician?
I didn't realize how it shaped me or even how much it has until I became successful, until I started moving around the country, until I started moving around the world. That what was going on in Philly was such a big deal that I just took as a given. You know, it was just something that was going on in the town. What I'm speaking to particularly is the sound of Philadelphia musically. The music shaped my musical intelligence. You know, because that was the sound that was flowing all through the city.
Right.
You know, whether it was Patti LaBelle or Billy Paul. Or who else? There's the Sound of Philadelphia, TSOP, Gams and Huff, even the OJs. All of these sounds, you know, that I grew up listening to. Teddy Pendergrass. All of these sounds that I was listening to. That is what music was to me. You know, of course, listening to the radio, you heard stuff from other parts of town, like. You know, you have Michigan, Stevie Wonder, you have, wherever else anybody else came from.
Right.
But predominantly, you know, Philly is going big up Philly.
Right.
And these are the musicians and the singers and just the sounds that I was listening to, you know, along with jazz and hip hop and all of these other forms of music. Yeah. So in that way, that shaped my musical perspective on life that I didn't really realize. You know, was really impacting me until, like I said, until I moved away. Because I was looking at people whenever they would say, you know, yo, so what's this thing that's going on in Philly? I'm like, what do you mean?
Right.
Doesn't this happen everywhere?
Yeah.
I'm like, no. You know, everybody don't have, you know, Jill Scott and Bilal and Kendrick the Family Soul and Floetry and the Roots and you and, you know, all of these people, like we don't have that anywhere else.
Right.
You know, and I'm thinking that this is normal. Like, you know, it was weird. But everything that happened in my life, you know, even along with my personal life, growing up in the hood, you know, there's a whole hustle game, the whole drug game, but then there's a whole lot of other people doing really, really good things and being very positive beacons of hope by being very, very adamant about making a better life for themselves. Right. You know, because we as Philly, you know, we were in the shadow of New York. That was like Metropolis.
Right.
You know, and we like the little baby brother, you know. Just like I guess out in like LA. You know, LA is like the big mega whatever, but then, you know, you got Las Vegas like right there.
Right.
You know, so we had to make a name for ourselves. So you have that hunger in that city. You have that, I gotta prove myself. I have to make a name for myself by myself. Right. You know, everybody else is fresh, everybody else is fly, but we got our own thing too. Yeah. So there's just that deep motivation to just make it happen, no matter what, by any means. Right. And that contributes to a person's, you know, sense of motivation in life.
Thanks for checking out part 1 of our interview with Musiq Souldchild. Make sure that you guys check out part 2 and 3. It's going to be up real soon, but in the meantime, in between time, keep it locked to TBS EFM 101.3 for Night Vibe, with Pinnacle the Hustler and Elliott Ashby. Holla.